Hi, I'm Mr. Peck. Today, I want to present Reimagining Faraday's Law in the Classroom, an eco-innovative approach with Faraday's Kit version 3.0. My team consists of Miss Farina, Miss Fatin Fatiha, and Mr. Al-Amin. This project has recently won the grand prize of 6,000 ringgit in Malaysian Torres Science Foundation. We have also published this project in an international journal. Faraday's law is actually the equation to explain about electromagnetic induction. It is a phenomenon of production of induced EMF whenever the magnetic flux through a loop, coil or circuit is changed. So induced EMF is directly proportional to the rate of change of magnetic flux linkage. So the magnetic flux must change. It also depends on how fast is the changes of magnetic flux happen. We encounter a lot of problems when teaching this topic. First, Faraday's law is an abstract concept. What do you mean by rate of change of magnetic flux? Secondly, we have limited hands-on equipment in the laboratory to show the working principle of Faraday's law, and we lack of real-world application of what we learn. And we found that a lot of students found it hard to understand the concept of Faraday's law, especially the term rate of change of magnetic flux. Almost 80% of students found it difficult to understand this concept. So our objective is to create a hands-on teaching tool. We want to show physically and visually two ways of how the magnetic flux changes. So first is sliding magnet. Secondly is using mutual induction, changes of current. We also want to boost their interest in learning physics. So this is our project, Faraday's Kit version 3.0, consists of 6 multi-sensory demonstrating tools. First, sliding magnet kit, which is this one, sliding magnet kit, mutual induction kit, which is this one, transistor-based mutual induction kit, which is this, wireless charging kit, which is this, and DIY speaker, this one, and induced EMF via Audacity graph display in the laptop. We also have graph displayed on the laptop. The whole setup of Faraday's Kit version 3.0. First is using sliding magnet. You can see here it is actually a PVC pipe wrapped around with many copper coil, and we want to pass the magnet through all the copper coil and it light up the LED. We use dual LED connection to show the alternating current which is produced. Okay, this is the one. See, the LED light up because got changes of magnetic flux when the magnet flow through. And we have used this kit in our science carnival, used by a lot of lecturers, teachers from secondary school and primary schools, and the kids love it. They love it when they see the LED light up when the magnet flow through the copper coil. Next, we are using mutual induction. This is our mutual induction kit. We have 2 kits inside here. One is using manual, another one is auto. Manual means we just brush the crocodile clip and it will light up the LED. Whereas the auto one is using a transistor. We use a PN2222A. Transistor also acts as a switch on and off the primary circuit. You see the manual one? I brush the crocodile clip. You can see sparks of electricity there. The 200 turn secondary coil, the LED is brighter than the 20 turn is dimmer compared to the 200 turns. That 200 turns one means it got more change of magnetic flux. So higher induced EMF. This one is the auto one.
Tesla coil.
You see, this is the secondary coil with LED put inside the primary coil with changing magnetic field due to the existence of transistor. See, LED light up. Even though the secondary coil is not connected to primary coil, but because of change of magnetic flux due to the primary coil by the work of transistor, the LED light up. See, this is the magic of physics. Students love it. Students ask me how this happened. How can this happen? Next is my DIY wireless charging kit. actually mutual induction, is wireless power transfer. That is the working principle of wireless charging. Let's say for your iPhone, they actually have a secondary coil at the back lid. I used my previous project, the primary coil with transistor as the charging station. And then for the secondary coil, I connect it to a full wave rectifier using 4 diodes. It changed from AC current to DC current. It also connect to a capacitor to let students relate mutual induction, the theory, relate to daily life application about wireless charging.
1, 2, 3. Put it there. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, see? It's charging. Now.
See that? Charging.
It's charging already.
6 volt.
Okay, wow, it's so, until how many volt? Yeah, I think that's about it lah. Around 10 volt lah. Let's see what happened to the LED. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Nah, see that? Discharging.
See? The LED light up.
Charging and discharging.
I also made my own DIY speaker. This speaker is just a basic motor. It also uses a magnet and copper coil. The diaphragm, I use a waste container. It actually convert the electrical signal, the music file in the phone, into the kinetic energy of the vibrating diaphragm, and from there you can hear the beautiful music. See? Copper coil. Underneath is the magnet. This is a waste container as a vibrating diaphragm. The music comes from the waste container, not the phone. It comes from the DIY speaker. The music comes from the DIY speaker. I also made my own DIY microphone. Microphone is actually just a dynamo. It's actually the reverse of the speaker just now, reverse of motor. I pull in and out my magnet through the copper coil and connected to the laptop through the audio jack. The electrical signal is detected by the Audacity software. It generates a graph. This bigger amplitude is because of 200 turns copper coil, higher rate of change of magnetic flux. Whereas a smaller amplitude is because 50 turns, smaller rate of change of magnetic flux. Impact on students' conceptual understanding. Based on both projects, what is the main cause that induce the EMF and current to light up the LED? I mean, both projects for the sliding magnet and also the mutual induction. What are the common thing between these two projects? Student can see all because of change of magnetic flux. So magnetic flux can either be changed by sliding magnet or change the current in the solenoid. Impact on students' interests. More than 90% of students feel this project is fun and enjoyable. They prefer this hands-on learning experience. It sparked their interest in learning physics. They appreciate the knowledge learned from this project. So Faraday's Kit version 3.0 has ultimately achieved active learning. First, it is conceptual based. Students can see the change of magnetic flux through sliding magnet and mutual induction. Secondly, it is multi-sensory. We have visual representation through the LED lighting. We have real-time graph display with hands-on experimentation, and auditory music students can hear through the DIY speaker. It is also sustainable. Actually, we also use the discarded laptop adapter as DIY power supply. I don't use battery, the small battery. It also relates to real-world application. It talks about power generation in the power plant, wireless charging in the phone, the working principle of a speaker, the microphone. So they find learning it Faraday's law is meaningful. These are my findings. I found that students has improved engagement and active collaboration. It has shifted from rote learning to conceptual understanding. It also achieved sustainability awareness beyond academic. I can say this project is very significant because it has made the abstract concept become tangible. They can see it with their own eyes, the LED lighting and also the real-time graph display. It also supports the sustainable education goals, SDG 4, quality education, SDG 9, innovation, and SDG 12, responsible consumption and production. Conclusion, I can say Faraday's Kit version 3.0 has bridges the theory and practice effectively. It is a positive transformation in teaching and learning. So with that, a big thank you.